Hello, everybody. This is Mickey Mao with CartoonMoneyPrinters.com. Today is November 13th, 2025. We are going to be going over trading the low time frames, the 15, what is it, 153060? 153060 with the PAR price action reader, our custom in house indicator that we developed. Um, I am joined here by Kermixalot. Why don't you go and say hey?
Hey guys, how's everybody today? Um, yep, ready to get going.
Give me 1 second. All right, let's see here. I'm getting bad network with Twitch, but what can we do here? All right, let's go ahead and get this started. Take it away.
Um, Actually, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Do you have a coin that you want me to look at, buddy?
Hi.
Shorticus or now Mickey's gonna tell me hype.
As of right now, no, because since I don't have time to look at the charts during the day, I just haven't really been keeping my eye on it today. So, whatever you guys got, I'm just gonna soak in all the information I could get.
Okay. Have you figured out like a plan to maybe try like one trade at a time while you're working? I mean, is that something that you want to do?
Yeah, most definitely. It's just I feel like I gotta have I gotta fully grasp it all so that I can have
I
the
gotcha.
confidence to be able to do some stuff like that. So like, I am willing to wake up maybe a little bit earlier in the mornings just so I could set my trades up and then I could go to work and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, it might be something to think about and see what coins we're talking about in the group, and like, I mean, this right here, this long on Bitcoin, that's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But if you see, like the 15, the 30, 60 coming down like this, and when you're waking up on major coins, it might be worth it to take a few minutes in the chat, post a chart, get our ideas, and that way. All right, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna show on Bitcoin. I'm gonna go back. Let's see here, and I'm gonna show where you can just trade
Mm.
using the 153060. Yes, I'm gonna keep the
I just
blue and red
realized it's
lines or
blowing there.
ribbons up there. And I started over here, so I'm gonna kind of
Sorry, I meant to
go
do
into
that while
this.
you were over there.
So what I was starting to back test here is just during the New York session, because that's when I trade. If you trade during Asia or London, so be it. Let Give yourself a 4 to 6 hour window that you're going to trade, and say during that time, if I see this, I can enter the trade. And this is when the 15, the 30, and the 60 are going in one direction, and you wait for the reversal, and you wait for all three of them on a, well, I use 5 minutes sometimes, but 15 is going to be the safer option. 15-minute, when the 15-minute candle closes and they're all turned direction, you can enter the trade in that direction. So I'm going to go through it now. All right, this was Monday, and New York Open was right here, and you had a blast up off of that. Okay, now there's going to be some days where you might only collect 500, 1,000 points in Bitcoin, and some days you can get 3,500. It just depends on the day. All right, so right here, right, you wait for the start, New York, you wait for 10 o'clock typically, which is right around. Now, obviously, you're not going to short right here with everything going up, right? So you wait, all right? Now, this is a counter trend trade, so you need to set your mind up that you're not going to get a lot out of it, right? You can skip it, or you can just say, hey, this will be a scalp. If I get $400 or $500, I'll take it, right? So right here, and I want to show this too, because even if it is against the higher time frame, you can still make money with it. All right. So right here, the 15-minute, the 30-minute, and the 60 all turned, and at the 15-minute close, which was right here at 113.921, you could have entered that trade, right? And I wanted to start with one that wasn't a banger, so that it's a good example. All right, so 113.9, and you're in the trade. Your stop is over swing high right here. Okay, so you're in the trade 113.9, right? And you know how I say, like, within 45 minutes to an hour, if it's really not going that great, you're gonna want to think about switching or getting out quick. And that's exactly what happened. It was an hour later, and it's just a dud, right? But the lines are all still coming down, so you stay with it, right? And then right here, the 15, 30, 60 turn back up, and the higher time frames are also still moving up. So that is a definite, you just hit the reverse button, or you close this and you go long. All right, so right here was 113,650, right? So that's only $250 move on Bitcoin, but it's a win, right? It's nothing great, but I'll show you how it can add up. All right, so here you go long. The three lines turned up. Now, you could argue that right here, the 30 and the 60 are kind of flat with the 15 turning up. But keep in mind, if it's questionable and the higher time frames are going up, you go with you go with the higher time frame trend, right? So that's a long here at 113.7, and then you're out at 114.286 because the lines turn back down again right here. You could even argue it was on this candle, right? See, the 60 is clearly pulling down, the 30 is definitely coming down, and the 15 is coming down hard, right? So again, that's also another counter trend, because this is still going up, but we're probably getting toward the end here, because the ribbon is getting into outer space here, right? It's definitely getting near the end. Anyway, you take that long, might want to short
Well,
mute.
just to be, I already muted him on my end for the live stream, but just to be clear here, you're right in this scenario. You're hunting for shorts, obviously, because the 4 hour, what is that, 3 hour,
4, 6, 8.
Yeah, 4, 6, and 8 hour ribbon is well in the overbought conditions.
Now,
so yeah, just to let the viewers know that it's you're fishing for a short in this.
and this is one of those cases where it's really overbought, but it just keeps going. But when it's this high, at any moment it can just fall out, and you'll see it does that very soon. Anyway, all right. So here, if you took this short, again, it's counter trend, 114, 135, and okay. So right here, the 15, 30, 60 turned up again. Now, from here to here, that's no gain at all. You basically it's a wash, right? Or we could even say, hey, you lost 100 because you didn't sell it on this candle, you sold it on. You lost a 100-point move on Bitcoin. All right, so this was a just a dud. It's not a big loss, and that's the good thing about trading in the direction of all three time frames, is you're typically hardly ever going to get a big loss unless there's like a flash crash or a flash pump. Anyway, so that was a dud right there. But we're still up about $600 in moves of Bitcoin for the day. And then right here, again, way overbought, and you have the 4-hour, in the outer space, 30, 60, and 15 all coming down. Right here, you can clearly see they're all pointing down. And you take that trade, and 114, 354, there wasn't a long signal. Now this is nice. See, sometimes you're going to get chopped. Sometimes you're going to get this ribbon that just, there's no reason to get out of the trade. You just follow it down, follow it down. Now the 30 turned up a little bit. That 60 is still coming steep. You stay with it, you stay with it, you stay with it. And then boom, right here, all three turned up. Now, yes, you could argue that this is counter trend trade, but right here you have a divergence gap, and so I don't really want to look at the red. The red's just kind of flat and wide, but I want to look at the blue because that's the next time frame ribbon down from the yellow, and you see this huge divergence. I mean, that is from 21, positive 21 to minus 34. That's a 55-point differential on a chart that tops out at 50 and minus 50. And those are very rare. So I usually say it's from 40 to 40. So this is a huge differential. So I am confident that this ribbon is going to come back up and touch the blue ribbon, which it did here. All right. The white is part of this ribbon too. So let me get rid of that. All right. So that was your long. And that was at 112,784. And the short entry here, 114.4. So that was almost $2,000 move in Bitcoin. And keep in mind, this is all still Monday. Right? So this was one day. Right? It started a little bit rough, and that's kind of what happened to me today. The day started rough, and then I waited for the very bottom, and then I, got some points on Bitcoin. All right, so here is your long, right? And now I'm just going to kind of speed up a little bit. And draw. All right, so here's your long, right? 112,800, and then you got out here at 113,339. All right, so that's another gain. Right here, all three lines pointing down, and the 468 is pointing down, so that's pretty confident right there. 113.3, and then you had a reversal here, and even if you reversed it even near the top, you still have another gain of 300, so it just keeps adding up, right? And then this long really pays, and right here, the blue ribbon is turning, and the 1530-60 is turning. And this was a nice one because it went from 113 to almost 115 in, I mean, these are 15-minute candles. That's like 3 hours. That's beautiful, right? And then here's your short. So you can just, keep, if you want to back test this, take any coin and just say, hey, when the 1530-60 reverses the first candle that they all point in the opposite direction of where it was going, right? You take your entry. So there's your short, right? Look for when they're all pointing up again. Right here. So here would be your long. Okay. That gets a green vertical. Okay, so 15, 30, 60 pointing up, and if you see the blue ribbon right here, let me draw a trend line here. drew a trend line straight across, you can see that the middle of the ribbon here is lower than here, so the higher time frame is trending up. So if the higher time frame is trending up and you get a 15, 30, 60 turned and point up, that's usually a really good trade, all right? And you're going to see the result of this one right now. Okay, so this, and there's also a couple narrow CPRs right here. These are 6 hour, but still, they still count. Usually going to get a good reaction off of those. All right, so this was 114, and you did not get, I mean, yeah, no, this is, you could argue that this was a short scalp play right here. I could even move that over. Still, that's 114 to 117. That's a $3,000 move right there on Bitcoin. So I could just keep going on and on. Do you have any questions so far? You guys? Hey, Alex. Breaking Bull. Nico. You guys have any questions? Unmute and speak up or throw it in the chat. Okay. So, no, I'm good. Okay. All right. So let me, I mean, do you guys see how this works? I mean, it's just, you're just basically, you can trade every turn. Now, like right here, it's at 8 o'clock at night, you know, so if you really focused on the New York sessions, the turns are going to be more magnificent because that is the session that has the highest volume, and par works much better in the higher volume. Like, I honestly don't know if it would be as good for Asia. I just don't know. And I can tell you that I do not do as well in Asia, but I'm also distracted, you know, family, kids, and I usually go to bed early, so. Alright, so let me go to today then, and then we can look at some other coins. Alright, so here was today. I'm gonna drop it down to the 5. Alright, I'll show you kind of how it went today. Alright, so I was watching here pre-New York. I usually like to wait till 10 or getting close right here, 9:40. And this is what I saw. Alright. Right here, the 15-minute bull div. Alright. Now, I don't have it up right now, but I had a scalp ribbon up higher when it's got that New York fuckery in the beginning, and it's really crazy. Sometimes I'll have the scalp ribbon. I can't do 1.5, right? I'm usually doing it divisible by 10. So I can't do 1.5, so I do a 2 for the 15, a 3, and a 6 minute. So it's just everything divided by 10 for a scalp. And that gave me a long, right here, I think I put it up in the chat, 101.870 or something. And immediately it gave a $900 move. So I took half out here, and then, you know, I maybe ended up closing the rest here. So I'm like, okay, this is not working because it's the same rule. After 45 minutes to an hour, if that long isn't really doing much, you can get rid of it. And right here is at 10:15. I had a client at 10:30, and then I had clients for like 3-4 hours after that. So I didn't really get a chance to hop on the charts, and I knew it was going against me, so I got out. And right here, if we look at what I was just talking about, how especially during the high volume times, right? Everything is oversold, but not severely, right? We're just kind of coming in. If lines are just coming in to oversold or overbought, you kind of expect them to keep moving that way until you get a reversal on the ribbons. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. The 468 started to turn into the oversold. The red ribbon, that's the higher time frames, that's falling into it as well. And right here was your just perfect short right here. Right? So unfortunately, I did not get that because I was on the road at that time. So I just had to get out and just let it pass me by. Anyway, that was your turn, 1530.60, and it's with the trend too. Even though it's oversold, it's still with the trend. And that was beautiful. Look at that. I mean, the 60 just going. Right? And then this is where I started piping up. And I showed this chart in the group. I said, watch here. Wait for, I wanted you to wait for the 60. Little bit more advanced. You can trade on the lower time frame. And this one I took because of the 2, 3, and 6 made a bull div. You can't see it here. So I took a little bit out there. And then again. And I had my stop on this one, like right here. And that was my like apocalyptic stop. Like if it would go there, I'd be like, okay, I'm just done. So right here, you can clearly see the bull div on the 15. So even beginner guys on this would have said, would have had no problem. And you can see the price came down and the higher low on the 15. All right, and then technically this was a 30-60 ribbon bull div too, and I'll kind of explain that. So you go to the middle of the ribbon, right? And on this low, middle of the ribbon is higher, right? So that's technically works for that. And then when it comes down again and turns, you still have a bull div, right? Because I put the trend line for the price. And that was the ultimate entry, 98.07 I think I got. And then took some out here at the 50 just to secure some profit, and then more here. I said in the group we have the Virgin CPR, which is this 6 hour right here, and it did exactly that. It hit it and then it fell back down. So this is where we are now. And then right now I put this chart up in the group. We're having a exaggerated bull div going on right here. That's basically when the indicator is much higher and price is just a tiny bit higher, and then it's bouncing. So you have a bull div here, and then you have the 15, 30, 60 are all turned up right at this point here at 99,181, and right now we're at 99,559. So if you took this trade, you could even sell half here, you're up $400 move, and then you just put the rest at break even or maybe below the... What was that? Was that you?
Sorry about that. This is breaking. I clicked a button. I was just curious what it did.
That is
Now I know.
awesome. Thank you. I needed that. Anyway. Here, let me show you the most recent long. Right here. Gets it green. And then let me clean this up a little bit. open this up higher. All right. So, yep, all three lines, the 15, which is white, green is the blue is the 60, and the green is the 30, and right there was a legitimate long. Now again, you see how the blue ribbon is coming down? Now the 4-hour is starting to flatten, right? So with the 4-hour flattening, you might get a little bit of kick out of this, and you might be able to get this ribbon up into overbought. But I'm still cautious, and I'm still TPing, right? I know I get crap for TPing, a lot, but the reason I'm doing it is because the higher time frame hasn't given an obvious turn yet. But now it's looking decent. You have the long signal here, and now we've gone to the other side of the CPR. So that's also bullish in nature, right? And so this is where we are now. And like I was saying in the group, yes, this was a nice, relaxing, this is just kept going and going and going. I don't think anybody knew that this was going to be that deep, that quick, right? But it was, and that was a nice $3,800 move. But yes, more monitoring, but you made it all back in the longs by taking the right spots here.
Are those alarms that you have set?
These, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna buy more down there, and it didn't go that deep. But this was all. Yeah, that was where all the noise was. Anyway.
Yeah, it's the battle for 100K. It's a battle for 100K right now. So
yeah,
psychologically, we have to keep 100K, and if we don't reclaim it, then it's gonna. Then we can see the lower ranges, I think.
Yeah.
It rejected once. I think it's gonna go in for another test, and then depending on that.
I will probably TP. Around here, around 100, 186, yeah, or maybe just right at 100. I mean, if it hits 100 in the next half hour, I'll take a nice TP, stop at break even, go to sleep, and see what the hell they have in store for me when I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no reason for me to get out now while everything is, or not everything, but the 30, 60, 90, and the 4-hour now is starting to turn. That's the light blue here. Yeah, the 4-hour is starting to come up as well. So that's going to give it a little bit more support on the momentum side of things. And then as far as levels, yeah, right around 100.2. And what I was gonna say, guys, use pivots, use your fibs, use your fair value gaps, your breaker blocks, your order blocks. Breaking bullish, he's in the blocks and the fair value gaps. So what I hope that he does, and like he did with Avant, is to put some levels up, because when it gets to that level, I can put alerts. You guys can put alerts. Put alerts like a little bit before you know that there's some levels, right? If it's hitting those alerts, I actually had an alert higher, but it's not there anymore because it hit it. These are just one and dones. So it hit an alert right here, and I saw the 60 starting to turn up. So I added to the trade, right? And I'll be happy, more than happy. When I'm out and about, I can't really sit and look for coins and chart. However, if you give me a coin, then I can get on my phone and I can definitely put something up, which you guys see me doing. I can't investigate, but if you give me a reason to look at something, I'll definitely look at it. And it's, for me, it's levels and momentum. That's it. It's just those two things. If you get to a level and the momentum's going in the favor that you want, then it's a trade every time. I don't really think there's much more to trading than that, honestly. So I've got the momentum down, right? I could use a little help with levels. Not that I can find levels, but I have to be sitting at a desk to do that. Whereas if, there's 10 of us on the charts, and you just pick one coin, throw some levels up, and then boom, we'll be much more ready for these trades.
I do admit, like with trading for me, there's been times where I've felt overwhelmed with all the data on the screen.
Yeah.
So like simplifying it, and a lot of the data is redundant. So you can look at a few different indicators, and they kind of are telling you the same thing after a while
Yeah.
once you start, knowing what you're doing. So you can actually clean up like what indicators you're using. And I've heard this from a few traders where simplicity really helps with their trading. Like they have a set rules, they have clear entry models, and then they essentially just keep it simple.
Yeah, I mean, I use a lot of stuff on the screen, and it's busy. It's mainly 90% of it though is for levels. But when it comes to momentum, for me, this is all I need right here. Is the par. This is the momentum side of it, and then pivots. If I go to the other, this is my busy one, right? Here's the scalp ribbon I was talking about. It's 236. I'm only gonna use that if I'm like feeling like I'm really close to wanting to take a trade. Oh, we're moving up here. All right.
It's
Nice.
narrow too.
So this is the one I use for levels. I have Golden Pocket, 6 hour, daily, weekly CPR. Oh, by the way, I don't even know
I
why I
can't
didn't
see any of
do
that,
this.
dude. Your real estate's
Huh?
really noisy.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to point this. This is the weekly CPR, guys. That is super narrow, and that is why Bitcoin is moving like crazy. And that's why I think for most of November, well, not most of it, but the past like 4 or 5 days, I've been focusing on trading just Bitcoin a lot more, because this weekly is moving it around like crazy. I mean, look at these much more explosive moves like we had today. So yeah. So levels, right? If it gets to this level, what's par doing? I mean, here's my scalp, but really, like I said, this is my bread and butter. Is the 15, 30, 60, and then maybe have the higher time frames up to kind of see what direction. So, you guys are too quiet today.
Honestly,
I was
man, I'm
kind
in
of
my
hoping
feelings. I'm in my thoughts because I left myself unmuted and I don't want to make an ass of myself again.
no, it's all good.
No, you're fine.
Okay, so So I did have a question. I'm trying to think of it. Kind of lost my train of thought here. Give me a second, and I'll get back to you.
Sure. Or if you guys want to look at any coins, Swollen's been doing a good job putting some coins up. A lot of times somebody just puts a coin up, and you got the 15, 30, 60 reversing at that moment. I'll take it.
This is breaking. I just have a suggestion.
Yeah.
If you could go to the 15-minute time frame there on your chart. Perfect. Do you see that rather fat down candle at the bottom, the very bottom.
Here? Oh,
No,
over here?
very, very bottom. Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
So, if you notice, we haven't actually tapped the candle body there. We
Uh,
tapped the wick of it, but we didn't tap the body.
let me get rid of some of my alerts. I don't really need
Okay.
them now. I can clean this up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so this is your order block, correct?
That black down candle, yeah, right next to it. That's what I'd be looking at.
Okay. And the top of the body, yeah, it was not touched. Okay, so you're expecting that?
Well, here's the thing. So if we look at current price action where you've got that orange rectangle at,
Yeah.
we were in a 15-minute uptrend, but then we wicked down, and now we're back in we're back in a 15-minute downtrend because we haven't closed a candle on the 15-minute above that high, that white candle to the left there. So unless we close one or two above that high, that white candle high, we could revisit lower areas. So I didn't know if anybody was long, but I'm not saying that will happen. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I think there's definitely a retest of 100K. Like, that's the battleground, is 100K. Psychologically, traders don't want to lose that 6-digit factor. So I could see a lot of people just FOMOing into it to keep price above that high.
Yeah, and I don't even know if this is a swing long, to be honest with you, because when you look at the weekly, we have only broken weekly internal market structure. We haven't broken weekly external. And we just wicked the weekly external low, which took out the stop. So it could very well be a swing play, but we would have to move really fast, up really fast before Sunday for it to be a swing. But it's entirely possible. I just wanted to make sure that, unless we take that 15-minute high with a candle or two, I wouldn't be longing yet myself. I'd wait and see.
I will qualify this a little bit further. We did sweep the liquidity from June 16th. So those two levels of liquidity that I put on my macro chart had been swept, and now we're essentially, now that the liquidity has been eaten up, we could see a reversal here.
Generally when they take liquidity, they mean business.
Yeah, and it definitely gobbled it up. It's clearly past my level here. The next liquidity zone down for me is, I'm saying, from 93 to 91.
Right. And that would be where I'd be looking to see if that weekly candle closes below that low of 98,325, I think it is. If we close a weekly below there, then we've broken structure, and now we're reversing into a weekly downtrend. But we haven't done that yet, so
yeah, I mean,
could very well come up.
Technically, we are still bullish. Like we are. This is still bullish market structure.
On the weekly, yeah, it is.
So I agree 100%. 100%. What I'm looking at is, well, here you had a bull div on both the middle and the higher time frames, right? So this put in a pretty solid bottom for the higher time frames, and now we've gone below it, and both of the ribbons, the middle of both of them, are at about minus 1980 if you look to the right, where here it's around minus 28. So can we go a little bit lower? Yeah, but I would probably get more bullish if we did. But right now, yes, the middle and the high is still dropping. So we are definitely not out of the woods yet. And if this was a bottom, we're going to still get a lot of fuckery. Right? And I'll kind of draw it on the chart. From what I see here, right? And this is just, I'm a little bit more abstract, so bear with me. I mean, I don't know exactly. I mean, this is only over the course of the next 2 days. This could be like tighter, but we're going to just get some bouncing around, in my opinion, and definitely based off of what you said, too. But that 468, actually, the middle of it kind of made a new bottom. So I'm not ready to relax yet, and that's why I've been TPing like crazy. Especially if I get a 2K move, I'm gonna take that shit every time. So that's kind of where my head is at right now with everything.
Can't go broke taking profit.
No, I mean we're not out of the woods. Now if both of these ribbons were like looking like this, if we were right here on this pattern, then I would be like triple the size, and I would put my stop down here below all this noise at like 97 and just go to sleep like a baby. But we're not right now. So we're in this chop zone, and it's the old saying, before price changes direction, you're going to get a lot of noise and chop, and that's kind of where we are right now. So maybe Saturday's the magic day. Maybe we get, or Sunday or Monday. But it's and then look.
I could be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure that this is the yearly POC as well. So if we were to get a reversal, it would most likely be in this area.
And yes, Muscle said that it's the yearly open.
I'm saying that too with my point of control here. This liquidity swept and pulled all the way right there, and the bottom of the range is exactly where I was mentioning of 91K.
Yeah.
And this is all from the election last year. Like, the election is what kicked off this little bull run up to 100K.
And now you have the shutdown. It's like, it's almost like they plan these things.
Yeah,
they do. Anyway. I'm so convinced they do. It's kind of ridiculous.
No, they wouldn't do that to the American people. They would never do anything like
that. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is not an area to relax. You got the ribbon is wide, the ribbon is ride, and
why does it look like Alfred Hitchcock?
It does. It totally does.
Oh, you got a hidden talent. Look at that.
He's a silhouette master.
So here's what I want to see. Right? The 4, 6, and 8 kind of coming like that, like I said earlier. And this is probably when Breaking Bullish will be ready to strike, when the 1530-60 comes down and retest that, and then boom. This is, maybe that's where it'll hit that block or get close or something. I don't know.
That's what I think may happen.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a huge liquidity draw from 91 to 94. Like, I don't see any reason why this momentum isn't going to get that liquidity.
Well, you guys, most of you are on the East Coast, so you don't see this because I'm in Arizona, but a lot of times I've seen this happen where Asia will accumulate like this just above the low and build up more liquidity, and then we hit London Open and they come down and sweep it, and then it takes off like gangbusters. So yeah. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying I have seen that happen many times.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
also in the Southwest, so I share your time zone from time to time. You guys don't have daylight
Oh,
savings, so
Yeah, Mickey's
yeah.
in
on
that
top.
neck of the woods.
Yeah. Just in the Southwest. That's qualifier now.
Yeah, we don't change our time zones like everybody else in Arizona.
Yeah, you do time right.
Well, what sucks is like Monday, I woke up at 6 o'clock and I'm looking at the market and it's still not open. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's.
Oh my god, that's
Well,
hilarious.
that kind of happened to me for like 3 days. The new candle kept appearing at 7. I was like, what? I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
let's
yeah,
let's look at.
that's
I should have a hard out at like 8, but honestly, this is we haven't done a live stream in a while, so this is good. Let's look at some of the other large caps like ETH and um maybe Soul. Like
all right.
I still
Let's
think
do
Soul's
it.
a dead project.
Is it off of the World Economic Forum's website now?
I don't know. Soul and
Because
ETH, I
as
think,
long
are
as they're
dead
still
projects.
looking at it, I'm still interested.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
that's a very valid point for sure.
ETH. Let's look at ETH.
God damn.
All
Like
right.
ETH should be at 10K. Like I don't understand why ETH's just not pamping with Bitcoin. It had parity in with Bitcoin for the longest time, and now it's completely decoupled.
Yeah. So
Probably suppression.
the chart's very similar. You got the middle and the high coming down. However, ETH may offer a faster, more explosive move because I'm seeing a bull div. Let's see, is it the whole ribbon? Oh, maybe just the 4-hour right here. So I'm seeing a bull div on the 4-hour. But again, I'm not going to enter here with the 15 up this high, and you got some resistance here. But yeah, same thing here. As soon as you had the bull div on the 3060, and as soon as they all turned up, which was right here, that was your trade at 3176. I think I put that in the group, 3171 or whatever. And that offered almost $100 move. So that was a nice TP there. And now it's just stop at break even. So does that have a block like Bitcoin?
I see an order block. It's tiny.
This one right here, right?
Yep.
You're talking about ETH. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going by my. Yeah, order blocks are funny because everybody's got their own different rule set for them.
Breaking, is that an order block for you?
Oh, which candle?
Right here.
Kind of hard to see. Let me look at my own chart. That's ETH.
Yeah, ETH on the 15.
ETH 15 minute. This guy right here at 4:45 East Coast, 2:45 your time probably.
Whether or not it is an order block, the price reacted to it as if it was. It bounced right off of it.
So you can count. This counts, right? It hit it and reacted.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an order block. That's an order
So
block.
maybe this one, maybe ETH is okay to continue because it satisfied that tap.
Let me take a look, see if there's anything lower.
I mean, let me. Yeah, that's a good call. Let me look at the macro on the ETH.
2 candles after that, you had the 15, 30, 60 point up. And that is also an exaggerated bull div for me.
If you drop down to the 1 minute, there's another 1 minute order block down there inside that 15 minute that we hit.
Oh,
So it is
stack?
possible that we could sweep that bottom. It's possible.
Are you talking about right here?
Let me go back to
or back over here?
You're on the 1 minute. Okay, the 15. If you could go back to the 15, draw a rectangle around the one that you thought was an order block.
Right.
Yeah,
or I'll
that
just
guy.
do the.
I'm confused because your candles are black and white. Mine are a different color. But yeah, that one right there, that white one. Okay, yeah. And then go back to the 1. You see that little white? I think it's white on yours. 1 minute there next to that green line.
Yeah, white is down, green is up.
Oh, okay.
You talking about this one?
No, I'm talking about the one below that. There's 2 little tiny ones, a black one and a white one. Yeah, that right there. There's a 1 minute there that's inside a 1 minute FVG that it could come down and tap. I'm not saying it will. It's just a possibility. Right.
On the weekly too, that's the 50% line.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's the EQ. So, yeah, it's possible. I mean, they love to take liquidity over and over, so
yeah.
Exactly.
You can't rule it out.
I don't know, dude. ETH is looking like it wants up.
Yeah, it's pushing. I mean, I don't have a short signal on it yet, and that 4 hour is turning up more on ETH than Bitcoin. Who knows? It's Friday tomorrow. Tango Friday.
Yeah. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. W2F.
It's gonna be right. It's gonna be interesting tomorrow. So I'm pretty much done unless if anybody has questions.
I think that if we get the tariff $2,000 tariff checks, I think we'll start seeing more liquidity come into the market.
Absolutely. Yeah, quantitative easing too.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. Like maybe just chop around until we see something like that. They put a new guy in the Fed and Trump's just like, yo, just cut the rates to 0, dude.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Economy's fucked, man. We need to save it.
Yeah, pretty much. I could totally see that happening. The quantitative easing has not worked in the past 20 years that they've been trying to implement it.
It just cheapens everything.
No, it's like either you rip the Band-Aid off or you just keep applying Band-Aids.
Yeah.
You can't borrow your way out of debt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, unless
That's why the whole system's about to...
Yeah, well, unless you like tickle growth, like if you stimulate growth to outpace inflation, like it's definitely possible, but it's like this is a pretty deep hole. What is it, like 36 to 37 trillion?
Yeah, and it's every day. It's like in the billions now. It's getting absolutely insane. It's
Well,
getting
every
ridiculous.
single day of the shutdown, just the shutdown, the 40 days that it's been closed, we've lost over $1 trillion in GDP.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's Jesus. Oh god, America's fucked.
Self-inflicted. But I mean, like, if anything, it will probably be more resilient than the rest of the world. You know. I don't think.
Yeah, because you guys can bail yourselves out and screw over the rest of the world while you're doing it.
Well, yeah, we make the fake money that the rest of the world uses.
Yeah.
What is that avatar on your? I hate when it's an avatar and I can't figure out what it is.
Oh, he's a sus.
Mine?
Yeah, he says sus.
Yeah. Among Us.
He's Among Us. I love it.
Yeah, really stupid.
Yeah, it was like a game that popped out in like the what is it, 19s, 2000s. where it like blew up, went viral, and then just flatlined and died.
I
Yeah.
thought it was Mr. Potato Head, and he had a Botox injection. That's what I thought it was.
I could see that. It could be that too, but nah, just a really stupid, dumb thing.
So yeah, let's look. It's gonna be a rough couple months, I think, until we get some like really good fiscal news. At this point, like, Trump was mentioning about just getting the H-1Bs in here. Like that
A what?
is H-1Bs. Like he essentially pissed off
Oh,
a lot of
yeah.
his base by he's like, all right, that plus what was it, like 600,000 Chinese students he's going to allow in.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like these are economically signs of desperation. If that was his campaign, and now he's reversing on it, he's probably seeing some numbers that we don't see, which are pretty alarming in my opinion. Which honestly, our birth rate, like because of our birth rate alone, we're gonna have a fucking very hard next 30, 40 years.
Hey man, good time to trade metals.
It's a good time to make babies. I'm telling you.
Nobody
Hey,
wants to make babies in this country anymore because then they get stuck with child support after they get divorced and pay half their money in alimony.
Yeah, but at least you could get some social security because you got some payers coming into the system.
silver's
Yeah, that's true.
$162,000.
What was
What?
it?
This is silver.
Silver?
That
I
can't
wish.
be right. That's
No, that's
you're
not
looking
right.
at Canadian.
No, you're on no.
No, it's silver futures. I don't know why.
That's future, yeah.
You can tell it's
Yeah, that's monopoly money.
yeah,
I would
dude.
be I'd be island shopping. Just in case.
I know, right? Shoot, that'll pay for like several houses.
What is up with this ticker?
It's MCX. It's some other foreign exchange. There's even a comma instead of a. Oh wait, no, it should be a comma. Either way, I think it's some different foreign currency.
Yeah, that's I do, what is it, like ZAO or something?
Yeah,
XAU, something like
deleting
that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, look
Oh,
at.
I
Look
would
up.
love to see that, man.
I
But
don't
on
see the
silver there
chart.
was a
Yeah,
huge
I
high
would
I,
love to
I
see
don't know.
gap.
I don't know. I would argue against that. If silver was 162 and then gold's 126,000, that means that the dollar is worth fucking nothing. That's what it really means.
Yeah.
Coin should be worth way more than.
Yeah.
Well, even Zimbabwe silver wouldn't be. We went Zimbabwe style here.
We're gonna make a new crypto called Zimbabwe coin. The goal of this coin is to hyperinflate.
And starve to death.
Yeah. The faucets never turn off unless it's for your water.
All right.
All right, well,
I'm
guys,
looking at.
go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm looking at Dash. Dash actually has a bull div on the daily right here. I mean, I know I'm on a low time frame here. Look at the 4 hour. Dash may be.
Yeah, that's pulling up. Could be some sauce there.
Here, let's right here. Here. And
Yeah, that's a clear bull div too. Yeah.
that's a daily, very clear. Wait, is that the? It's either the daily or the 18 hour. This might be the. I have to change the colors on that. And let me do that now. They're too close together. Let's do the daily and burn orange.
Oh, one thing that's driving me bonkers is you should hide your bookmarks bar and clear up some of that real estate.
Alright, I'll work with you on it later.
Yeah, no worries. That's just my autist coming out. Don't mind me.
No.
because Uniswap definitely needs that real estate.
Okay, no, it's not the daily. It's the 18-hour, and the 12-hour is also full div in it, but it's not turned yet. So yeah, that might be one to watch for a bounce.
I mean, you could low risk, stop at that wick there. Don't risk a lot.
Yeah, and you have a nice narrow CPR on the 6-hour too. What I'd like to see.
No, go ahead.
What I like to see with these CPRs, like if price is like coming like this, and then it shoots through it, that's pretty bullish. But yeah, kind of did that. Just it was just offset a little bit. But this might be a decent play.
All right, guys. Well, let's call the episode here. It's on the top of the hour. Thanks for joining us for this live stream. We're gonna continue to do this every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. I gotta talk to Astronaut Toad and see if he wants to get back on the docket.
Yeah. Well, I want to get him back in here. I don't know where he's been.
Yeah, he's been doing some things IRL, so I can see that taking a lot of his time. But yeah, thanks for joining us. If you guys want to join the group, go to www.cartoonmoneyprinters.com. You can get access to our suite of indicators, including the price action reader, which is Kermit's bread and butter. So, yeah, thanks for joining.
You guys. Yeah, if you any questions later, but what I recommend for like a little homework for all you guys, pick a coin,